Zero from Vampire Night.
Oh my God!
You know what? I have to tell you, for the longest time, I really had a hard. Ooh, nice wall scroll. You know what? Vampire Night is on television in Australia. So I go over there expecting, to talk about Full Metal or on High School. Vampire Night, out the wazoo. I mean, they were all about the Vampire Night. I was like, why does everybody know about Vampire Night over here? It's on television, so. Okay, man, I get distracted so easy, don't I? The question about, you know what, you guys, for the longest time, I had a hard time picking what character, like when people would say, what's your favorite character? I would be like, ooh, that's a hard one because I love so many different characters. I love something, special about all of them. And so I tried to be politically correct and say, ooh, I could never choose just one. I love all my characters, my children. I love them all equally. But then when we finished Brotherhood, I was like, oh, God, I love it so much. I love that little pipsqueak. And so from that point on, I was like, when people ask me what my favorite character was, I love Ed. What do I love about him? Let me tell you what I love about Ed. What I love about Ed is that he is a tragic, flawed hero. He makes mistakes, he does stupid things, he fails, but he gets back up. And he pushes toward something he believes in. And he's loyal to his brother and his friends. And he's a tragic character. What he and his brother tried to do, the loss in their lives, oh my gosh. Their dad takes off when they're young, their mom dies when they're young, they're left alone, right? And they try this crazy transmutation to bring her back and just about destroy themselves. I mean, can you imagine the guilt that poor little kid must feel, And so I love that character. He's so complex. And after Brotherhood, he was I had to tell people he was my favorite. Tamaki is a very close second. Very close second. Yes, right beside Maka. Sorry? I love milk. Don't tell Ed I said that, but I love milk. I have to tell you a funny story. It's a Full Metal story. I'm not getting off topic here. We had just started recording Brotherhood, okay? And we were in the first couple episodes. Now remember, we had a new Al, right? Mm-hmm. So I didn't even know who she was. I hadn't heard her voice before. I assumed she was going to be awesome, and she was. Maxie was amazing. But when we first started recording, I hadn't heard much of her. I didn't know what she sounded like. And in one of the very first episodes, there's a scene where Al and Ed are walking away from Winry's house, and Winry yells out, "Don't forget to come back for dinner. Grandma's Auntie Panaco's making stew." Remember this? And Al turns around and goes, "Yay, stew!" And Ed goes, "Yeah, whatever." Right? And then they go into this little scene about milk. Ed talks about it's weird, I really like stew, even though it's made of milk, it has milk in it. Well, when I was recording that scene where we're walking away, and Al turns around and goes, "Yay, stew!" It's two flaps. It's very clearly, the animation is blah, blah, right? I had the script in front of me. I knew what she was going to say. She was going to say, "Yay, stew!" That's what it says right there on the script. Yay, stew. And then Ed, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm getting ready to record my whatever line. And Maxie had already recorded. So I'm still kind of getting used to her voice as Al and it's all new and fresh, and I'm kind of listening very closely to everything she had already recorded to kind of get used to her voice. And I was getting ready, and right before my line, you hear boop, boop, boop. And where the fourth one is supposed to be is where you speak. It's your cue to start your line. Well, while I'm hearing the beeps, I hear Al's line, right? So the director's like, okay, let's try one. So I'm getting ready to do my whatever. Boop, boop, boop. And I hear Al go, hell yeah! Only she didn't say hell. She said F dash 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 yeah. Oh. Imagine Alphonse going, F yeah! I just about threw up. I was laughing so hard to see my beautiful little brother and his potty mouth. You guys, it was, and from that moment I knew Maxie Whitehead is cool. I mean, she is funny and cool, and she left that little bomb for me, so that when I came in to record, I would hear that. Let's take a question from the tallest American in the room. She's holding a flag up and everything. Give me a boost. Yes. Really? That's so easy. Come here, run, come on, glomp, come on! Well, I didn't expect that much, but... does this belong to anyone? I'd like to return this. Oh, your hair is adorable.
I lost the game, everyone.
Sorry, she kind of took the microphone before I knew what was happening. I have to apologize for that game thing. Yes? Yes, sir.
What were some of the hardest lines to do with Full Metal Alchemist?
Well, the hardest lines for me are always the yelling things. And it's not hard, like emotionally difficult. It's just straining on the voice. What we would normally do is we would record all of the actual dialogue, all of the normal speaking, and then we would go back and record all the yelling at the end of the session, because after you yell for 25 or 30 minutes, your voice is kind of shot, and you can't do any normal dialogue after that because you don't sound the same. So we jump all around, so whenever we would come to a scene where Ed starts fighting somebody, we would be like, okay, and let's skip that part. And let's go over here and talk. Oh, he's yelling about being short. Let's skip that part. And talk, right? And so then we would go back and say, okay, on page 12, you're beating the crap out of somebody. Go. Oh, and now on page 29, you're screaming because you're short. And, we would do all of the yelling at the end. And it wasn't that it was, it was difficult, emotionally, dramatically challenging. It just was rough on the voice. That was about it. Yes, sir.
Could you give us a little bit of details about what it's like in voiceover work? Like, are you seeing a screen?
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what it's like. I'm going to paint the picture for you, okay?
And then I always kind of wondered about this, but do they remake the mouth?
Oh, no. No, one of the stipulations, in fact, one of the things that makes voice acting so difficult for anime is that the animation is done. And a very, very, very firm, unchanging rule from the Japanese companies that own the anime is you don't change the anime. You don't touch it to match your mouth, the chain mouth movements. You want the guy to say something longer than he said in the original? Too bad. Shorten the line. You don't change video. Never, ever. Okay? So that's the challenge. The challenge is not only to perform the line in a way that's emotional, right, and dramatic, but to perform it in a very strict confine of mouth flaps and movements. So like if there's some random pause in the middle of a phrase, you gotta make it work. You can't just sound like Captain Kirk. You know what I mean? Dun 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 dun.